So it's horrible lighting because it's still dark outside, and I'm gonna do this really quickly. Before I take you guys to school, I'm gonna show you what I brought for lunch and for snack, because you know we get hungry throughout the day, okay? Look at how huge this hair is. I'm like embracing the natural. Is it big? Yes. Am I in the South? Yes. So let's embrace it. First up is snack. I am more of a salty snack person, so from Trader Joe's, I got their sesame sticks, and I mixed it with one of their kind of like Chex Mix with it. It was like sweet and spicy mix, and gluten-free. I don't know about the sesame sticks, but they don't hurt my stomach, so I try, and if it hurts my stomach, doesn't work, and if it does, we're keeping it. The list is getting fewer and fewer, but you know, it's fine. My lunch today, let me go get that. I'm dead. I love these Chobani flips. I don't do milk, and this yogurt and my Activia is good on my tummy, and I just do one of them, and it gets my, you know, it's very small dairy intake. And I love those. It's like a dessert. And then last night we did taco bowls, rice, butter lettuce. Butter lettuce, if you have like stomach issues, or, you know, lettuce just makes you bloat. For me, it just tries to kill me, and I don't know why. Lettuce, I'm trying to be healthy here. Butter lettuce, they actually recommend for people that do have that. And it's the only lettuce I can eat. And I actually like it because butter lettuce comes in like huge leaves, and so you can use them as wraps or as your buns for burgers. I love black olives. I love them. And beef, and a little bit of peppers, and some salsa and cheese. And did I say rice? Rice. So that's my lunch. And then you saw my snack. I'm gonna go to McDonald's to get a Coke. I am justifying it because I'm still nauseous today. I had a really bad episode on Sunday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I have a video explaining health, and if I do, I'll put it down. But anyways, it was probably one of the top 3 worst episodes I've had, and experienced paralysis, temporary paralysis, blackout, like just completely drained, sick. It was just awful, and it's been happening once a week, and it used to only happen once a month. And so we're going to a new doctor on September 14th, so hopefully we can kind of get some more ideas, and I'm gonna be hopeful, also be true to my feelings as well, because Sunday was really hard. So yesterday at school I was nauseous all day and very shaky. Today apparently Aunt Flo just barged in, and yeah, so she's here, and that just adds to the nausea. So gonna get Coke, and I'm gonna treat myself because Coke, and don't quote me on this, but I have been told, and a couple of them were doctors, that Coca-Cola, yes, I know their history. I used to live in Atlanta, so thank you. They used to put, obviously, medicine in it. There you go, fill in the blank. But nowadays, that ingredient is not in there anymore, but they do have an ingredient that they put in nausea medicine in the hospital. And like I said, don't quote me on it, but I've been told by 2 different doctors that that is true. And the bubbles and the sugar are very helpful to nausea, and a lot of people cling to like 7-Up or Sprite when you really should be reaching for Coke. And just don't get addicted to it, okay? Because it's very easy, especially from McDonald's, because they have the best Coke. Thank you, Lord. So I am feeling better. I have my Ask Me What I'm Reading shirt. This is from Etsy, and I'll link it below. My fun rainbow, what's this called? Sweater, cardigan, thank you. And my Walmart shoes that I love. See if you can show them. My kid Walmart shoes, check in the kids section, okay? Because I wear size 7 and I wear size 5 in kids and they have the cuter shoes. So I'm gonna head to school and I'll catch you guys when I get there. What do we put at the top corner?
Okay.
An X. Why do we put an X at the top corner?
So then you know where the number is.
Yeah, and you know that these two numbers together are going to end up being multiplied to get this answer. That's not how we treat my things. Thank you. Okay. Somebody tell me what the top number is called. This is also the answer to a division problem. Yes. Quotient. So we're all going to. Does she have any? Yeah. Sweet. You can take one. Thanks. Who was the other one? Oh, Josiah. There you go. Okay, we have our quotient, which is the answer to a division problem. Pop quiz. What's the answer to a multiplication problem? You can say it. Product. Okay, so for division, it's quotient. All right, what goes on the outside? Do you remember?
Divisor.
Divisor, because you wear a visor where? Outside. We wear visors outside. Okay, or people that wear not divisors, divisor. Yes, the divisor. Like those that shield your eyes.
Is that what good is for? Sunglasses?
Yeah, but we're going to call it visor because it's a divisor. And then, what goes on the inside? Here's a hint. Inside the divider. Oh, a what? Dividend. A dividend. So let's say Expo marker is back in your pencil holders. I'm looking for a whole table that's listening. Llamas are looking really good. Okay. So I have 50 of these little erasers. Okay? And I want to divide them out so everyone in the class. Okay, but you should be listening instead of talking. Okay? So I have like 50 in here, and I want to divide it up so everyone in this class gets one. There's 24 of you, and I have 50. So what number would I put in here? Inside. What number am I dividing?
54.
Okay, so I would do 50. So I would take all of these out. No, you can just watch. That's fine. Okay, I can't take them all out because I don't want that to mess up or anything. Okay, then I have all 50. Okay? Now. Okay. All right. Now, I am ready to start taking them out by group. I want them to be in how many groups? I want them to be in 24 groups, so I know everyone in the class will get one. So where will that number go? But where will it? Divisor or quotient? Quotient? The divisor, because that's the one I'm dividing by. I'm going to make 24 groups. Okay, let's say I made 24 because I'm not going to make 24. Then I'm going to start putting them in those 24 groups. Now, the number of erasers that are in the 24 groups will actually be my answer. And where will that go? You can say it.
Quotient.
Quotient. Because point again to the word that means the answer to a division problem. I want you to point it on your map. As I read you a phrase, you are going to go on either side of the room. I have a lot of friends that are not listening. Okay. When I read the phrase, I'm going to put independent clauses on this side of the room. And D for dependent. What else for D? Dependent, diaper, oh baby, it can't stand on its own, over here. Will you put that on the cabinet over there? Will you put that on that wall over there? All right, are you ready? Okay, point to independent clauses that can stand on their own. Point to the dependent clause that cannot. All right, here we go. Number 1, Gabby watched TV while Dad baked a cake. While Dad baked a cake. Which one? Buddy, you wanted me to help you get woken up, so you need to stand up and actually help yourself. Thank you. That's a great point. So I'm going to ask you, Gio, why did you choose dependent?
The independent is at the end.
No, while Dad baked a cake, you guys chose that was dependent. So why is while Dad baked a cake dependent? Yeah, why? Why is it dependent? It has the subordinating conjunction on it. And it feels like you're leaving people hanging when you don't finish that sentence, right? All right, next one, number 2. Even though it's raining, Ben is riding his bike.
Please excuse the interruption.
Why is Ben is riding his bike? Why is that considered independent? Does it have a subordinating? Yeah. And do you guys see a subject and a predicate in there? Do you see a predicate and a subject in Ben is riding a bike? Yeah. Ben is the subject, is riding his bike as the predicate. So that can stand on its own. All right, let's try another one. Hey, since I have a fever, and you're like, what? Can that stand on its own? Then where should you be? Remember, dependent. All right, it is now past time. And we are heading home. So when I get home, I'm going to get in my cozies and share about my day. Girl, don't even, look at that hair. That hair is almost as crazy as you.
My necklace.
All right, so before I kind of get in my comfies, I want to just go ahead and get dinner started. And so kind of our routine is the kids and Joey will come to my school to pick me up because we're down to 1 car right now. And we're going to think positive thoughts about that one, aren't we, Ben?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have a snack?
Remember the snack that you had at my school?
What snack?
Do you remember?
Look in the school.
And then we'll come home and the kids will get to their homework while I gotta kind of get dinner ready, or Joey gets dinner ready. Tonight is my night to make dinner. And we're doing easy, people. We're going to do pre-made grass-fed beef sirloin roast. Yes. So this will be heated up. This is from Trader Joe's, and a friend and the doctor said that grass-fed beef would be good for my gut health, and so I don't do poultry anymore because it's one of those things that does not care for me. So, and then we got these organic ugly carrots, but you know, the uglier the better, right? Or healthier, I don't know. So I'm going to cut these up and also cut up some potatoes and put that on a pan in our oven for like 400. Let that cook, and then I'm going to have some me time and kind of share about my day. So our dinner is some roast, some veggies, and potatoes, which I guess is also a veggie, and maybe a salad or something like that.
You write every word on a paper. I can tell you love to take your time when you're writing from the heart. And I can tell you love to call, but I'll hit you later.
So I have cut the carrots and potatoes, and I preheat the oven to 415, and I put some ranch seasoning blend on the potato side with salt and olive oil. On the carrot side, I did just garlic and pepper. I like my carrots, if I'm gonna cook them, real simple. And then olive oil as well, and then I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit so it has all of the oil and seasoning on every piece of the vegetable. So once I'm done with that, I'm gonna pop it in the oven. I'm gonna go get some comfy clothes on and just have some self-care time. So, okay. Finally able to sit down and have a chat with you guys and just kind of share about my day. I've never really done this before. I usually kind of sign off at school, and I saw my friend Olivia. Check her out because it's so funny. I started watching her on YouTube, and then I found out we were neighbors, and then I found out that we teach at the same district. And it was hilarious. I was like, wait, what? So it was really cool. Check her out. She's not a teacher vlogger, and she'll say that, but she definitely does show teacher tidbits because she does teach, I think she teaches first. And so she does a lot of good cleaning videos, cozy videos, and planning, and she does some teaching videos, so definitely go check her out. But anyways, she sat down at the end of her teaching day and just kind of shared, and she was like in her cozy sweatshirt, and I was like, that's a good day. I mean, that's a good day. Like, that's a good idea because I can share a little bit more and feel more relaxed and not like rushed, like I need to like head home and stuff like that. So dinner is cooking, and I am starting a bath. That is my nightly routine. Yes, I take a bubble bath every night. You can judge all you want because my friends sure do. I literally am not friends with anyone that is another bath person. Like, they think I am crazy for taking a bath every night, and they also think it's gross. All I can think about is the Friends episode where Rachel is trying to convince Chandler that it is a amazing thing that everyone should enjoy, and it's so relaxing, and then he finally turns into a bath person. So I feel like they just haven't had the right bath, because I've been in houses where my bathtub is this big and I can put my big toe in it, and that's not so relaxing. But this one, we have a really good bathtub. So I do that every night. I read or I catch up on social media. Honey, did you need something? So yeah, speaking of reading, I brought my Kindle over, and I'm going to mention the 2 books that I have been reading. I had such big high hopes for summer. I was like, I'm going to do so many book vlogs. Nope. I really enjoyed my summer, and I did a few videos here and there, but I really took off and rested, which was nice. But I read all the time. It is my favorite self-care thing. It is my favorite hobby. I love my Kindle so much. This was the best purchase ever. I was actually nervous that, because I loved reading actual books, and so I was like, I love reading at night. I hate reading on my phone because it's blue light. I don't want the phone, next to me. I'm trying not to use that as an alarm. And so I was like, okay, maybe I could do a Kindle. And I bought it, and I never will go back. It is amazing. The battery is incredible. No joke, it'll last you more than 4 weeks. The battery. Hold on, my bath might be overflowing. Anyways, it's incredible, and I read more on it. I have Kindle Unlimited, so it's kind of like Netflix, but with your Kindle. And so you can read so many books. If you're a huge Colleen Hoover, which I haven't read one yet, but I will. I feel like a lot of her books are free on Kindle Unlimited, and I love to read it at night. I probably won't do it now because my lighting it's bright outside, but it will light up your screen, but it looks like paper, so there's no glare, but it's not blue light. So that's also a good thing, because blue light, if you scroll your phone, which I was guilty of, I make this my nightly routine before I go to bed. I read a book on this, or read part of my book, because blue light, I guess, something scientific, it's not good for your brain. I don't know. I'm sure it's not. I have read all of the Emmy and Friends book by Terry Libenson. I think it's Libenson. This is her latest one. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Okay, I've been talking all day. We did long division today. I love these books. They're so good. If you teach middle school, upper elementary, you need to read them. It is like every character is like all woven in everybody's story, and so you will see their stories kind of interact, and then they'll come out with a book. And like Ruby, which is this girl right here, has been in all the books but only in the background, and I didn't notice her until her story came out. 6 other characters that have their own book out, and they're just so good. They are graphic novels, but they're not comic style. They're more like kind of like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't know. They're just so good. Very fast read and funny, relatable. I am also finishing the not Chosen. Where is it at? Oh, the Cure series. So I'm on the 3rd one. The 3rd one is called Ascend, and again, so good. This is what it looks like. This is the 3rd book, called Ascend, by K.A. Riley, and it is science fiction, dystopian, which is my love language. I love me some dystopian. The first one, which I had my husband read because he loves dystopian too, it definitely feels like Hunger Games. The first few chapters, you're kind of like, okay, I've seen this before. Give it some time though, because it kicks in and it takes a completely different turn and is definitely different than Hunger Games. I love me some Hunger Games. Like, that's a book series that I can read over and over again. But this is like Hunger Game meets The Selection, which is one of my favorites, meets Divergent, meets The Giver. It's like all of those good dystopian books mixed in one, and every book gets better. I'm almost done with the 3rd one. I'm hoping there's going to be a 4th one, but I really feel like she gets more into the character development and the plot, and I feel like the villains, you know, you see more sides of them. It just gets better and better. I mean, think of like a TV series. Like Parks and Rec is my favorite show of all time, and the first season is not the best because they have to get into their character and develop it more. That's what I'm reading right now. Love them, love them. I highly recommend my Kindle. It is the, I don't know why I'm showing you upside down, the Paperwhite. That's the most recent Paperwhite, and I just got a case on Amazon that I can hold. I love this at night. This is coming up a little bit because I probably used it too much outside when I was by the pool, so I just need to use some glue, because this will be glued to the case, not the actual Kindle. But I'm telling you, the battery will last you probably 5 to 6 weeks, and I read every night on it. So probably the real reason you're here is, how did my day go as a teacher? Well, it went much better than last week. Last week was a struggle because they're starting to really feel the difference between elementary and middle school. So I teach 5th grade, and I loved how it was set up in Oklahoma because we had an intermediate school with 5th and 6th grade. So they weren't in elementary anymore. They weren't ready for middle school. They were that bridge. And so I feel like we're missing that here in Tennessee, because in our district, at least, 5th grade, is in the middle school with 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Our school, it works because our kind of pod is our own world. We really don't mix with the other upper grades. But I see they do not necessarily belong in middle school just yet, but they also don't belong in elementary anymore. They need that intermediate bridge. So thankfully at our school, we do a good job at that. And so our team, we're really trying to help bridge you having 1 teacher or 2 teachers, which is what they're used to, 1 or 2. Now you have 4. And your specials teachers as well. And so we're trying to help them manage that, manage the homework. And we created kind of like a digital agenda. And so I'm going to put it right here. I actually might put this on TPT soon. And so it's very simple. And I'm going to see if I can make it editable. Just something simple that they can keep track of. They don't have a paper agenda. We decided not to do that this year. And so we're going to do this digital one so they can't lose it. It is Google Slides, so you can't lose Google. It's always in your drive, right? And they started that today. I also posted this outside my door. This is a free TPT download that I found, and I'm going to, or I did, I taped them up on my outside doors, and it just shows like what assignment it was, what was the due date, and who still owes me that work. And so that way they don't know when grades are due, or we do a thing called Fun Friday. And if we have a 5-day week, then we get a Fun Friday, which means if you did all your work and made good choices, you get to go watch a movie or play outside. And if you didn't turn your work in or make good choices, you're in study hall, either doing that work or rewriting our kind of school expectations. And usually Fun Friday, I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun because kids are stressed out, they're overwhelmed, they're angry. And so we're trying to teach them, like, you have to take responsibility, but they're still learning because they're coming from elementary school. So we really had to take a step back this week and really realize, like, we have to help them, but we also have to teach them to be independent. So we're starting that agenda. Hopefully that'll keep them organized. All of us are going to post missing work on our doors so they can check any class every day without coming in and asking the teacher and bothering us while we're actually teaching a class. And that doesn't take away from the students that are learning. And they can check every door to see, you know, oh yeah, let me go check my science teacher. Hey, Miss, you know, so-and-so, can I go check if I have missing work? Yep, because they don't have to come in and ask. So hopefully that'll help as well. Please put down in the comments how you keep track of missing work, especially if you teach secondary, because you have multiple kids or multiple classes. And any ideas and advice would be great. We're going to try this out and see if it helps. I'm positive and hopeful about it because Friday was just so hard. And it's not a fun time to leave on that note for the weekend. I just noticed I have all this laundry. At least it's folded, right? It's just not put away. So that was good. Long division is what we're doing in math. And, you know, there were some tears. Maybe some of those tears were mine. I feel like, you know, I'm still learning how to teach math. And I feel like I can be a decent math teacher. I really can. Because the way I learn is such a visual hands-on. And so I want to bring that to my kids. But like division is, I'm having a hard time with all of the different strategies that we're supposed to teach them. And if I'm overwhelmed, they're overwhelmed. And we're doing area model tomorrow, which I don't hate, but it's like I did standard today and they were struggling with that. Then we're doing area model tomorrow, but then their other teachers taught them a different way. And I'm like, I don't know how they taught you because that's not standard or area, but you do you, boo. And I don't know, it's just a lot. So I'm hoping tomorrow it might click a little bit more because of what some of them learned last year in 4th grade. Looks a little bit more like the area model. So I'm hoping that might click. And it's just a lot, especially with the learning gaps that we see with, if kids aren't really grasping their math facts, then they are not ready for long division. And it's just reaching those kids that need that help, and also the kids that are above and beyond that, and they're ready for, you know, fractions, which Miss Morris is not ready for fractions yet. Let's get through this first, okay? So if you have any tips on how you teach long division, let me know. It didn't go bad today. It was just a lot of whole group practice, and that's another thing I'm struggling with math, because ELA, we can read, we can discuss, and then we can do independent work or stations. Math, it's especially with teaching new concepts, I think, and maybe it gets better where you are reviewing and spiraling, and then they can do more independent work. But a lot of it is whole group, and I'm hoping tomorrow to use, because we use iReady, to do whole group with area model, but not the whole time, because that, I feel like that'll click a little bit faster, and then send them out to do some iReady interactive practice. That's my plan, because I want to start doing that more, and then maybe slowly do stations to where I'm not meeting with every single group at every class, because that would be too much. But I'm meeting with those kids and I know that need a little bit of support, or they're way beyond and I need to give them something, you know, that can enrich that standard. In ELA, we are continuing with Wonders, and we're going to do it with Fidelity. And honestly, I'm not hating it, and the kids are having really good discussions. We're on realistic fiction, and I found some really good resources that I'll link below. So if you teach Wonders and you're kind of struggling to find some supplemental resources that'll help them, because we're not loving the practice book pages, I feel like that's not teaching them the spelling. It teaches them the spelling method, but I feel like I've found other resources that they click better, and they understand better. So we're not loving the practice book, but we are loving our textbook, and the workbook we love so much because the workbook has so many good things in it. The practice book, which is what we get for homework, we're not loving, and we're going to change that up. And we found this resource, actually two, so I'm going to put both of those. One is for grammar and one's for homework, and we're just loving a lot more, and the kids are actually enjoying it a lot more as well. And this gives a shout out to my son's teacher, Sparkle Poof, which you may have already known that. I knew Sparkle growing up. It was the spelling game that, you know, you say a word and you say the letter, the kid next to you says the next letter. But Sparkle Poof just takes it to the next level. Son, what you doing? You blinded me here, boy. Either way, let's go over here. Okay, the sun was a little too blinding. Anyway, Sparkle Poof is when you play Sparkle, say the word, and then when you're done with the word, the kid says Sparkle, and then one next to him says Poof, and they have to sit out. They love it. They ask for it every single day, and it's really fun for spelling. There it goes, son. Good job. I just like the lighting and the natural sun. So, I've been talking way too much, but it's nice just to sit and talk with you guys at home, where I feel more myself, and I'm not more, well, yeah. I'm at home, and I'm comfy, and I'm gonna go take my bath. I'm gonna go read my book, and if you guys have any questions, it was a good Tuesday. We had PLC. Our PLCs are at the end of the day, so we're all cuckoo. You know what? I'm going to just be honest. We were cuckoo when it was at the beginning of the morning. Then they switched us to the end of the day. Joke's on them, 5th grade team at the end of the day. Oh, man. PLC was today. It was good. We're going to get some more planning done with my ELA team. Math, I think we have a good plan for the next 2 weeks. Pray for me. I just want them to do well in long division. Pray that tomorrow goes well, okay? If you need any prayer requests, just drop it. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for tagging along this day. I'm going to take my bath, read, and eat my yummy dinner and let you know how it goes. And if you're not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button, thumbs up, share, like, comment, whatever. Let's be friends. If you're not friends on TikTok or my Instagram, come on over. Yeah. The more the merrier. Alright, so I'm gonna catch you guys later, and I'm tired. Okay, bye-bye.